and Hellraiser will move on to play Mana. Let's jump into this TVZ between Reynor and Bluecheese. Bluecheese is a player who came very close to qualify for WCS a couple of times throughout 2018. Didn't realize he was playing again lately, but he is back and he is ready to go. So here we have it. A few Marines on the way out here. The Hellions trying to poke forwards. We're just joining this about 5 or 6 minutes in. Early losses have been very limited. There was a Banshee picked off, a few Zerglings. Just to catch you up with where we're at. You see a few Marines and Hellions and a Banshee out on the map. Basically a Cloak Banshee Hellion opening into Bio. Third base coming up. A very standard Terran build that's been defended pretty well so far by Reynor. Not taking too much damage with this just yet. So Zling's still hanging out on the top as we see the Hellions from Bluecheese are going to be moving through the center, picking up a couple of these Crypt Tumors here. Bluecheese just 2-0'd Clem, by the way, out on the brackets, so he definitely means business right now. Clem dropping to that lower bracket today. I mean, he'll be joining that lower bracket with Stefano, Marine Lord, Harstem is down there as well. And that lower bracket is really starting to heat up already. And it's going to be really fun to follow that through to see where everybody is going to be ending up over time. Hellions still sat in the center. The top Lings from Reynor going to be backing away through the top side. A few more actually going to be showing up as well. Spire dropping down in the back right of the main base. It's going to be Lingbane Muta as the style from Reynor here in game number 1 of this ZvT. Reynor didn't try to qualify yesterday. Whether that was just a case of he wasn't able to, he was busy, or whether it was a case of he had, just had so much confidence he would just play Qualifier 2 and 3 instead. Pretty sure it's the fact he was maybe busy, perhaps school or something. As you see, Ling is actually going to run down here. And that's going to be a mineral line under fire. As you see the siege tank firing away on quite a lot of those Zerglings. A lot of those things going to get pushed away there. Another set of Lings running into, and I think Reynor realizes some opportunity for himself right now. These Banes don't have speed for about another second. Already connecting anyways, though. They don't seem to care. Have a couple of Lings coming in. The Banes again now have speed. He didn't really need to use any of them. He does all this damage with just 7 SCVs going down. He did it with just Zerglings. So kill 7 SCVs. And good job overall there, as we do see the creep again spreading through the top and center and bottom of the map. Armory dropping down from our Terran player. Bluecheese in the back. So you can go into 2-2, but it is going to be late. That Armory delayed compared to when his 1-1 finished, and that's obviously going to slow him down from getting into the 2-2 upgrades and beyond. "13 more Mutalisks on the way out then, so first of all, going to be the presence of the map that Reynor can kind of really take now. He's going to control it. He's going to be able to get some harassment done as well, generally. A few Lings will jump onto those Marines, saves his Queen that's trying to push forward to the creep spread. And that creep is pressing quite quickly through the bottom and top sides of the map. Center as well. In fact, the entire creep is already halfway covered. And it looks as though it's only going to continue as Reynor takes a 5th base to the northern side as well. A lot of the attacks from our Terran are coming on the bottom side because of the fact that this is where his 3rd base is. So this top side base is actually a very kind of far out of the location way to kind of engage into. So it's a little bit tough to actually push up and engage into that top side of the map. As you're going to be seeing these Marines, tanks, pressing forwards, a couple of Creep Tumors going down. There's a lot of creep going down right through the center of the map. We do see these Banelings morphing in. A couple of tanks are going to be sieging up. Those Banes aren't ready. He catches a few of them. The Mutas will try and get the tanks. Gets one of them. Now he finds the Marines on the high ground. Says, I can engage that, but he loses Mutalisk, so maybe he couldn't. Medevac loads up a few Marines. Backs away just for a moment. Queens and Banes send up again, leaves the Banes from the bottom, and here we go. Banes are going to roll on through. I mean, this is the surround that Reynor's been looking for here. The Mutas are going to chase down those Medevacs full of Marines on the high ground. I mean, what are you going to do? Unload one Marine at a time into that map. Let's see what Bluecheese has in store for Reynor. He'll be loving this map. I mean, nice and large as a Zerg paradise most of the time. This is Reynor in the bottom right side of the map, the blue Zerg player. That's the top left-hand side, the red Terran is going to be Bluecheese. He was not going to send SCVs across the map at least, so we'll see what he wants to go into here. As Morgana Grom comes in with the Twitch Prime sub. You read my mind, because I tell you what, I was just about to say, guys, loving streaming for you guys today, and we're having a great time. I was about to go on a bit of a solid spiel, so Morgana Grom beats me to it. And thank you so much for that Twitch Prime sub coming in the chat. And you guys know the drill, just as we're about 30 seconds in on the game. I was just going to say, if you do have a Twitch Prime sub available, if you're a Twitch Prime user, you get a sub every month to a channel for free. So give that subscribe button a click and see if you have your free sub available. If you do, it helps me out so much if you guys drop it on the stream. Helps me keep on producing content, streaming and casting every day, and all of that. So check that out. If you want to support, subscribing is a great way to do it. And helps me keep on doing all this StarCraft stuff. As you see, this Overlord going to be heading around on the right-hand side. Probably going to start moving towards the upper top. Just checking for proxies here early on. Again, thank you Morgana Grom for that Twitch Prime sub that did just come through. I didn't mean to turn your sub into a sellout moment. It was just, you literally read my mind. Like, it was incredible. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. I appreciate it. As you see, Reynor heading in towards the upper left. We see the Reaper on the way out from Bluecheese, and 6 links from Reynor already. He did open pool first, so he is getting a little bit aggressive himself here. No gas or anything ridiculous, so he's not looking for a CC cancel. Just really going to take a while to get that SCC building. It will be delaying it quite heavily. As obviously on Parasite as well, it's really bad because the Reaper doesn't come across the map for a very long time because of the size of the map. So by the time the Reaper gets across to the bottom right-hand side, towards the bottom right-hand side, they're going to be able to, well, you're going to be able to, but you're going to be able to kind of just come in with the Lings. I mean, he knows where that Reaper is as well because he saw it with the Overlord. By the time he gets across the bottom right side, the Lings are going to be here for a while. The Reaper takes so long to come back home. There is a Marine here, so with an SCV pull, maybe he could deflect this, but the Marine's so far forwards, and the Lings are already going to start chasing that down. The Marine's like, yep, I'm out of there. 2 Lings will chase it. As the Lings go towards the mineral line as well, wanting to delay that command setup from building as much as possible. That's Reynor. Again, he forces that Reaper to come back home. 1 Marine left to chase down, or 1 Ling left to chase down that Marine. Oh, Ling gets the Marine. As the Reaper then will pick it up. Now, this is 5 Lings still putting damage out onto a command set. We'll start kite around to the top side. The CC is going to get very low, guys. Like, SCVs will pull in, and at the end of the day, you're probably not going to get a kill or anything, but you are going to get an SCV kill now, which is quite nice. And you're going to go and try and get another. Oh my god, that 1 SCV is super low. Lings here will get it, so that's 2 workers killed. And obviously, a huge delay on the build time of the command center is a pretty big deal as well. As that Ling wants that SCV, he will get it. The SCV hiding away behind the mineral line there will stay safe. Well, elsewhere, we're going to be seeing the starport not able to start up because he doesn't have a second gas. So it's going to be a second barracks. That's because he has a very fast 3rd CC. So you do see Bluecheese going into like the super macro mode in this series. So getting straight in towards this, as we do have the Reaper coming down. Grenade will drop, and we do see the couple of Queens going to be spreading out some of the creep spread here. So creep going to be spreading out. As we do have the Reaper again, just chilling out the front, and there's Hellion from Bluecheese going down the left side. So first couple of those gathering together with the Reaper now to back it up a little bit. See that Stimpack is again on the way through here, of course, and we're really just looking towards this 3rd CC as a huge point of, you know, I don't need to do much harassment, and that's why he only has 2 to 4 Hellions, because he knows that he's just getting so much economy anyways with that super fast 3rd. Thank you, Kentori. He gives us the 3-month Twitch Prime resub as well. Appreciate it, dude. And M for Milky coming in with the Twitch Prime sub as well. Thank you so much. Indeed. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for the love. Welcome back. Welcome to the Wardy family. Ryder199 pops that Twitch Prime as well. Thank you so much for subscribing. Appreciate the support as we do see the Hellions. Again, poking around to see if there is an opportunity. Again, realistically, there shouldn't be. I mean, it's only 4 Hellions. Enough Queens to shut down 1 Hellion on the way in, and then it's barely enough to really kill drones. I mean, 3 Hellions will kill drones, but they just drop so fast because there's only 4, so... Bane Nest coming in from Reynor, getting that lair as well, so it looks like the Bane Nest is just lined up so that it finishes when the lair finishes. That allows you to go straight into Bane speed without kind of, well, blinking even. Because you need that lair for the Bane speed, so just send up into that. We'll get the Banes going shortly, as well as 1-1 starts. But still about to finish, that's the important thing, because we're probably about to see Medivacs on the way soon. Starport's not done yet, but as the first 2 Medivacs do come out, that'll be a big opportunity to really deal some damage there as a group of Marines on the front of the natural. They're just eager. They're waiting to get onto the map and start cleaning up some of that creep spread. Especially on a map like Parasite, it's so large. If you let it go uncontrolled, it's already going to be difficult to push the Zerg in. It's only going to get tougher, trust me. It really is only going to get tougher as we see those Hellions and the Reaper from Bluecheese pull them back to the top side. And +1 attack armor and combat shields coming through now as well as we continue on with this. Thank you very much, Mr. Bodaz V4, coming in with the Twitch Prime sub for 2 months in a row. Appreciate the back-to-back Twitch Primes on the channel, dude. Thank you so much. Got some love in the chat for Mr. Bodaz, guys, as well as the other subs that came on through. Thank you. You're all beautiful. I'm glad you're enjoying the StarCraft and the casting here tonight. Again, it's our second European qualifier of the WCS Winter. We've got a third qualifier on Sunday as well if you're thinking of checking back in for more EU server qualifier action. Obviously, we also have an NA qualifier tomorrow that plays on the Taiwan server. So that's going to be coming up tomorrow as well. That starts at 8 AM my time. So it's like 9 AM CET. It's in like 14 hours from now. So 14 hours I'm going to be live with that, I think, covering some of the games from that WCS qualifier as well. So make sure you tune in for that. And we'll keep the action coming out your way. That's going to be tomorrow's action, Sunday's action, all covered via WCS quals. Melee upgrade starting up then from Reynor, as we do see the first Marines. Well, we mentioned they want to push for some creep spread, and they do get quite a lot of it over on this side. Already Reynor with the Queens on the way over to replace it though. But it does slow it down, and sometimes just slowing it down is what you got to look for, because slowing it down allows you to then clean it up more easily later, and it's really, it doesn't feel like much right now. It feels like, oh man, I'm just doing nothing, I'm gaining nothing. And it's not the case. It actually is going a long way as we see those Marines. Well, they're in a bit of a tough spot because they're kind of not all really able to fight. The Queens are trying to fight from a distance. On the bottom side, we're going to see a few Hellbats actually coming in, but Banelings in position are going to clean that up. Apart from one Hellbat, 2 drones will go and fight it. Brave Warriors that will take some burns to take that down. As we see the Queens jumped on those medevacs, but 2 more medevacs showing up. The units from the main base are going to come around. That's going to be turned into a surround now. Lifts up, can go into the main. Reynor will have to run back over there with his Zerglings again, although he will kill a medevac here. Has the high ground vision, so he can snipe that down. As the Banes, don't actually kill those Marines because the lift up was just in time. Queen's still trying to fight. In the end, Reynor's going to lose a lot of Queens from this overall engagement. It's gotten a little bit messy for him here in the end, and we still have 2 Marines on the low ground too. We're taking quite a bit of damage here. Now he's about to get that Spire up, and as he gets the Spire, he will be able to go in towards a whole bunch of mutants, and that's why he's down a supply, because he's banking money for that moment. But again, just the Queen's being stopped from, being shut down so heavily. That's kind of a big deal at this stage of the game, and he's rebuilding a lot more, so he's already back up on 6. More on the way in the production as well, but you need them to spread the creep out to inject your bases. And you can just see Reynor's been so occupied, he hasn't spread his creep for a few moments, and suddenly our Terran player is not looking half bad. Quackster1 comes in with another Twitch Prime sub. Oh my god, the Twitch Prime overlords right now or something. 4 months in a row from Quackster. Thank you so much for that. You see the Lings coming in, surrounding a few of those Marines. Just gonna see that Queen wants to try and grab the medevac here. The Marines just unloading, and we're gonna be able to get a bunch of these Banelings as well. So a good few Banes going down. So we've seen Marines getting cleaned up. I mean, the mutant count is already pretty high. He had a lot of gas banked up, Reynor. I wonder if at some point he has a couple of drones go down there. I wonder if at some point it's just better to maybe go in towards the, stop dropping and go for the larger push. The other feeling that will start to happen now, but it's been very costly because a lot of medevacs have already fallen from Bluecheese. So he has to keep on building those medevacs up again and again. A couple Marines here, a couple Marines there. He has gone up to 5 bases behind all of this though. So Bluecheese able to apply so much pressure with all of this so far. What's that on the right side? The factory floated across the map. Interesting. He's playing pure bio. Oh, that is actually really interesting. Pure bio, no additions from the factory, no mech units, no Hellbats, no Widow Mines or anything. Still interesting for the factory to float across the map, though. I mean, losing that factory now means he has to rebuild it before he builds a second starport, for example. Hellraiser, by the way, just picked up game number 1 against Manning, in case you guys are interested in keeping up to date on score lines. So that did just go down, as you see the bio of Bluecheese pulling down the left side. Lings are going to run by up in towards the natural. Again, Marines and Marauders there, able to push those Lings back. Meters turned away by the missile turrets as well. Good defense across the board at the moment from our Terran player, who's going to get pushing forwards once again. God, the Bane connections are pretty good though. But Reynor's definitely struggling. All of this pressure that's come in, this drop position over here, has been absolutely crazy. And Reynor, in this qualifying match, might actually be pushed to a game 3, because at this point it's getting a little bit dicey. Reynor has got this Bioforce to still deal with. I mean, the Terran is just expanding completely carefree. He's on 87 work as the Terran, and that is never a good thing, as that was a bit of a lag spike. You're going to see the Ling as the Bane's going to keep on moving in. Mutas fighting from a distance. Eventually will commit onto those Marines and will get them. Reynor's going to need some hella good engagements to make this work out. It's going to be pretty tough for him here to get that going. He was delayed on 2-2 for a long time as well because of the worker damage and the harassment going on. Just going to see this Bio coming in, getting rid of another couple of creep tumors here. Overlord in some trouble as well. Banes are going to move forwards, and we are going to see those Mutas still just flying around a little bit. More Banes coming up as the Bane's going to roll on in. And again, those Marines, oh, again, just going to keep on jumping on top of those Mutalisks right there. A few Banes on the way up. Ready to turn around back into this now. I'm going to see the Mutas still trying to fight against those couple of Marauders. But in the end, I mean, the Banes go down and there's just way too much bio. Again, Bluecheese got some memento going for himself, and once he had that, Reynor was just not able to put a foot down, stop it from happening. He just got rolled over, and they just got out of control here. The pure bio as well is just like sheer units, as GG is called, and that will be Bluecheese picking up game 2 of this in the lobby. The games don't get started that quickly anyways. We get that setting up. We're tied up 1-1 here in this best of 3 as we have to the bottom left side. Our Blue Zerg player, this is Reynor. Up against the Red Terran in the top right-hand side, we've got Bluecheese. Alright then, so game number 2 of this. Meanwhile, in another qualifying match, Hellraiser is up 1-0 over Mana. Again, this Bluecheese man, he means business. Taking a map off Reynor, he's 2-0'd Clem today. He 2-0'd Kerr as well. It's actually a really difficult section of bracket he's come through. He took down Kerr, he took down Arrogan Fire, Ancestor. No, it's not an easy section of bracket he's come through at all. Meanwhile, Drogo is playing Shutdown. The winner of that will play Nurture. If this TVZ finishes up in time, I'd love to jump into that winner of that against Nurture. That should be a pretty funky PVZ. And Ziggy's still waiting for DNS or Holy Hit as well. So that's also pretty fun. In the lower bracket, not too much getting set up just yet. Maybe Braddock, Stefano. Oh, Stefano and Marine Lord might meet again. That might be a fun rematch to watch for you guys if you're interested in that. Just trying to keep up to date on what's happening in the bracket and just sort of letting you guys know. And also thinking about what we might be able to do for future games as well. I know, very exciting Overlord, guys, as the SCV comes in and scouts out that this is going to be a little bit of a very regular opening, just hatch, gas, and pool. Obviously, Bluecheese a little bit afraid after the 6-ling opening last time around. Got quite a lot of damage done. I mean, it was a fantastic start. It was just the positioning on that main base kind of drop point. Bluecheese knew how to abuse it, and he abused it to the absolute maximum. So, really got something going there as we see the grenade going down, popping a couple drones off to the side. And we are going to see those lings. And again, a little bit of back and forth there, a little bit of action. As we see the Queen from Reynor going to be popping up, and just maybe seeing the Reaper going to be pushed away a little bit. Creep Tumor coming over here as the Reaper is going to be backing away. And the grenade pops out. Oh, the Reaper hits itself, nearly killed itself. 2 HP it survives on, man. A little bit unfortunate for Reynor, but not the end of the world. I mean, the Reaper's staying alive. Isn't going to change all that much, as you do see the starport dropping into the main base here as well. So again, that starport going on. And this is going to be the 1-1-1 build rather than a fast 3CC like we saw on Parasite. So Again, much more kind of aggression-focused. Bluecheese looking to pick up damage early in the game here. How many times is this Reaper going to survive like 1 or 2 hits from death? It's actually a little bit crazy, as it's just going to be hanging out. Let's quickly throw to Mana versus Hellraiser, though, because in that picture-in-picture, you'll see Mana is going for a push. Hellraiser needs to hold on, really, but his Immortal's gotten force-fielded forwards. The shield battery energy runs out, and Hellraiser will be losing his Immortal. The work counts are pretty even here across the board. It's actually a pretty even game. It looks like Mana is going to be backing away. Just wanted to bring you guys a quick moment or so from there. Looks as though not too much is happening, though. So we'll jump back into the Bluecheese and Reynor series. Again, just bringing you some highlights from those other matches when the moment seemed fit. We had a bit of a lull in the action here in the TVZ, so may as well show you that fight in the PvP. Didn't turn out to be game-ending or anything, though. And again, we'll give you guys more updates on scores when we see them coming in on that PvP as well. A few Hellions just poking around on the third hatchery. At this stage of the game, obviously you're aiming to maybe grab a couple of drones. It's funny though, because the Hellion's coming over here, you might be like, okay, cool, he's on the third, but it completely leaves this creep spread to push up the top side, push over to the left-hand side as well. It completely leaves that creep spread open to so many possibilities of what you can do there as the stim pack gets started. So going into a rather fast bio follow-up from this Cloak Banshee Hellion style. I'm going to be seeing the third CC getting started as well now. So getting that up and running. Reaper and the few Hellions going to be coming down towards the bottom, and just going to be seeing the Queens coming into position to shut that down. One Hellion getting blocked in. The Banshee coming along as well, as you see the Zerglings going to run over, and they are going to be able to grab the surround there and shut those Hellions down. So Hellions going down pretty swiftly, as we're going to be seeing the Reaper getting picked off as well. One Banshee, though, is able to get the Queens. The Queen's now running back towards the Spore Crawler, and he will get the kill on it. Loses another Queen, though. Overall, I'd say not that bad from the Terran. I mean, killing 2 Queens is nice, and it does apply pressure. Maybe if the Hellions hadn't gotten surrounded so quickly, he only killed 16 Lings. It's not that many, right? It's very survivable, I suppose. You're going to see the Banshee coming across through the center now. Going to be seeing the Queen. Is going to be under fire. We're going to see the Cloak comes in, and the Crypt Tumor getting picked off there. So one Crypt Tumor already going down. And again, those Lings hanging out on the top side. With those couple of refineries coming up into play. The +1 attack and +1 armor coming in for the engineering base. Bane and Nest going to be finishing up in a little while here again. It's just been what Reynor's going for, the Lair, Bane Nest at the same time to get that centrifugal hook started. And just struggling with this Banshee right now because Spore's not positioned between the bases. No Creep Tumor in between these bases either. Would be nice to get that. Will help to move between the bases quickly at later points in case there's Liberator harass you have to pull your Queens to. I mean, even if you want to try and chase a drop away, a few Queens going up there nice and quick could help us. That's another Creep Tumor. Bluecheese is playing fantastic so far. A few Lings, though, will slow down the taking of the third base, perhaps. Nope, too many Marines, I think. But maybe it gets a couple of SCVs because the tank and Marines are a little out of position. Gets just the one, and Reynor gets out there. Keeping his units alive is obviously pretty important for him, so making a good job of it at the moment. And as we do see the 2 medevacs loading up, that's 16 Marines that are going to start coming across the map. Finds an Overlord in the middle, though, and he's like, okay, well, I'll take this. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Mana. Not Mana, Reynor. Mana, I was just watching, was in a bit of a fight with Hellraiser again. Sorry, again, just watching the game at the corner of my eyes to give you guys the updates. As you see, the Lings are going to run through, so this is where Reynor excels. He knows the perfect moments to counter-attack in, and that was it. When those units were out on the map, he gets those Marines in the tank, and at the same time, he's got units at home to deflect as well. Good shutdown here by Reynor, and Bluecheese will not just not find much, he will just actually straight up not do anything at the same time, and he'll lose units on the other side of the map as well. Obviously, fairly costly as also. As we are going to be seeing those 2 medevacs. Lost a couple of Marines in them. Again, the Spire's on the way again, so Reynor begins to bank up the minerals and the gas. He's loving the Lingbane Mutaplay today, apparently. Absolutely loving it. So, setting up for that once again. As 2 more medevacs load up, and they are going to start heading across down the right side of the map to see what else they can do. Because now he's going to be double dropping. I guess he'll continue to double drop until he gets his 2-2 upgrades. The whole idea being once you get 2-2 upgrades, you're going to be in that going for that much larger sort of push before the Hive Tech starts to kick in. Although you might have a little bit more time here this time around because Reynor was playing the Ling Bane Muta. Hive Tech's not going to be as quick as usual. And just going to see those Marines just going to stem forwards here. A couple of Creep Tumors going down. The Banes rolling in, and the Marines just going to lift up there. And actually going to back away in towards the center. Another Creep Tumor going to get scanned, and a little bit of damage being done. Creep Tumors going down then, and Queen's just going to continue to target that medevac. Two more Marines on the left side also stemming in, looking for a bit of this creep spread. We'll find an Overlord here nice and quickly. So the Overlord goes down. Ling's going to surround, and again, getting some good little bits of damage done as the medevac's now boosting in towards the main, but more Lings are ready for them. And we're going to see those Marines just dropping away very quickly, as now Mutas are coming over to try and shut it down as well. So again, Reynor not letting the drop play get out of hand like it did in game number 2, which is the game he dropped in this series. Meanwhile, Bluecheese on the other side of the map is running around a little bit himself, just checking around, setting up his 4th base. As you can see, here's a jump into first-person view for a moment. A few Widow Mines, I like that idea, you know, just in case they do end up catching those Mutas. In general, obviously switching to Widow Mines right now makes a lot of sense. Siege tanks are not great against Mutas. Widow Mines are a lot more effective because they can hit the Mutas as well. Siege tanks are a little bit immobile compared to the Mutalists too, so you can kind of get them picked off from behind. It's not fun, so much better to switch into Mines, and that's exactly what we're starting to see now. As again, a quick PvP update. Mana ties it up 1-1 with Hellraiser. So Mana Hellraiser 1-1 now, going into game number 3. So the 2 medevacs down the bottom right. We see those Mutas coming up the right as well. Oh no! Oh no! He flies into all of them! Oh my god! He kills every Mutalisk! Every Mutalisk apart from a couple. I mean, that was 11 or so, right? 10? Yes, please. We said it. We mentioned it. We saw it. What a play by Bluecheese, and suddenly Reynor, well, he has to make a decision. Does he rebuild his Mutas to get into a decent Muta count, or does he just decide to switch away from it? He's going to rebuild them, but that's not pretty because, again, Mutas really do well as they get up in numbers. And right now, being on 9 Mutas, that's like a, oh yeah, cool, I just started making Mutas sort of situation. And it's dropping as well as he tries to fight these medevacs and Marines. It's just not working out for him. Disaster striking. And, well, now Bluecheese is going to use that to go across the map, and maybe, can he pick off a base at least? Reynor says, let's counterattack at the same time, see how you deal with it. Bane's running in as Widow Mines burrow up. The Widow Mines blown up by Balins, however. Now Marines coming in from both angles. There's still so many Banes to deal with here. Lings into the 3rd, Lings into the natural. The counterattack is huge. He's going to lose at least 20 to 30 workers at this point in time, as he's also in the main. Lings are just absolutely everywhere at the moment. And I said 20 to 30, 126 at the moment now, but the main base is still under attack, and that's going to keep on rising. Oh my god, that's instantly 42 workers down. 1 counterattack from Reynor. Bluecheese deals with it terribly because Reynor's also applying the pressure over here, running into the fight, making Bluecheese engage before he's ready, and concentrate on that. It completely allowed the run-by to get so out of control so quickly, and Reynor recovers from the 10 Mutalist loss to the Widow Mines very quickly, and now, I mean, he's on a 40 worker lead, and he has got all of the control in this game, as Bluecheese will have to take a moment just to restabilize. But will Reynor let him? Now there's Lings, not many Banes running up here, and it is a bit of a choke point. You've got to be careful about that. Looks like a few of those Banes that were looking to run by actually ended up just going in with the rest of the army there in the end. That's 3rd base forced to lift. It's burning down at the moment. Lings committing in the Widow Mines. Ooh, last one actually gets a little bit of damage done. 12 Zerglings. But this entire 3rd base location cleaned out, and losing depots as well. That's hundreds of minerals. You're going to end up reinvesting on that side. Again, Marines of our Terran player pushing along to the left. Going to be running down here into that left-hand side hatchery. And as you're going to be seeing, well, still a bit more bio-stimming out, but this bio now is heavily overstimmed from trying to just survive against this Mutalist play being all over the place. Again, Mutalist coming back out to the center. Lings gathering up as well. We still see a good few Marines on the left side. And as we have the SCV is going to transfer in. Now you're going to set up and start mining away from this base. So they're going to start mining there. Mutalist again pulling all the way back from Reynor over towards the bottom left. We're going to see some Marines pressing forwards. Picked up a Creep Tumor, dealing some damage to a Queen. And he's going to run in, man. Those Marines are also low. They are just going to drop in seconds. It's actually crazy. And now the SCV is going down as well. I mean, the Marines are about to get free, which is something, but it's another 11 workers. Well, let's see what these Marines on the left side can do. Reynor's not in position to deal with. Oh, he is. Sorry, the Banes are behind the mineral line. I was mistaken. Well, not many Marines go down. He'll jump into the main where the Lings are already arriving, so he can deal with the dropping units as they drop out. Just needs to keep the Lings going in there, and he does so. Obviously, the Ultra's now on the way as well. Will put him into a very good spot to deal with a Terran who is struggling to keep on building bio to stay in the game. Never mind needing to build Ghost/Liberators to actually survive the next upcoming tech choice. Lings surrounding Marines over here. The Mutas were in the main just moments ago, having a pretty good time as well. This Marauder going to get picked off as the Mutas will fly in. There's no anti-air. There's no Marines left over, not on the low ground anyways. Grabs one medevac, grabs two. Probably gets free on the way out as well as the Widow Mines and Marines finally showing up. But it's not been, again, a very easy situation to play out as we see Marines now unloading on the left side. I mean, still this drop play, Bluecheese is very, very good at it, but will it run in the game in the end? I mean, with the Ultras coming out, I really just want to say no, because I think the Ultras are another kind of unit that will just be so sturdy and just sitting around here. And oh, those medevacs. The Mutas come back in, and obviously now as Marines drop down one at a time, the Mutas will just pick them off, and there's not going to be any more damage done here. So if the drop shut down and another run by into the planetary force here, well, Banes are going to go and maybe just, okay, they actually just run into the planetary, then they roll through to hit some of the bio as well. And I mean, you just need to keep replacing these bases as Bluecheese, but it gets so expensive, obviously. Like, how on earth are you meant to deal with that as we see these Ultras coming over to the left? A lot of Lings up the right side as well from Reynor now. This Bioforce still just pushing down through the center. Mutas to the top in this 15-minute game 3. What a series we ended up jumping into here, as they're going to be jumping in, going to grab that missile turret. Gets that nice and quickly, and well, these SCVs are going to be going down. I mean, the Muta count again. He rebuilt it up, and it was definitely the right choice because it's kept him in such control of the game. Obviously, the Ling counterattack really helped him back into it, but now the Mutas are going crazy. Finds a medevac, SCVs here on the natural expansion too. There's Lings and Banes ready to run into the third base. Oh no, they're all clumped up as well. It's another 30-plus workers killed in the last few moments, and now Bluecheese has 17 SCVs remaining. I mean, barely even has enough income to rebuild SCVs at this point, as the Mutas don't want to fly in there. They are a little bit stuck between the bases at the moment. In the end, decides to just fly out through the natural. Loses quite a few, but making Infestors, making Ultras, he's looking okay. Sits here for a moment too, is going to get the Armory. I mean, you can get a couple of these depots as well. More Lings running by, getting even more damage done. Mules, the targets now, to get rid of those. I mean, it's the crutch of the Terran economy is being kicked out from beneath him. That Widow Mine will get a kill on a Mutalisk, and I mean, the Muta's just hanging out in the main. Another few Lings top side, maybe morph into Banes, maybe just run into Zerglings, honestly. Looks as though they're already morphing into Banelings, though. Great Aspire on the way up, too. Reynor deciding, hey, you know what, let's just get everything going. Brood Wolves definitely will end this game if my current composition won't, although I'm pretty sure it will. Well, I'll tell you what, there's actually a lot of Ultras and not much else. I guess the Fungals are available, though. Those Fungals will probably get quite a lot done as you see the Fungals starting to drop down. The Ultras moving forwards. Another couple of Fungals on the right side. I mean, the Ultras are just able to connect so easily with those Fungal growths in play. Creeps right underneath them, and that's GG's. Reynor picks